here's what I would like to know. For millennial first-time home buyers, which organ would you suggest they sell first? Just sort of a kidney,
kidney,
maybe,
expendable.
Spleen. How bad is it?
It's pretty bleak out there, I think, especially, for that first-time home buyer that you mentioned, because they've seen home prices rise something like 50% over the past 5 years. And then they're also seeing mortgage rates rise from this period. I've written about basically this turning point in July 2020, like this before and after point, where if you got in before that point in the housing market, you've ridden out all of these home buying, home equity gains. You've really kind of made out like a bandit. For people that are buying after that point, it's just really an affordability challenge at this point. And now you add in the uncertainty around the economy, around people's jobs, and it's just, it's not a great time to be, trying to look into the market right now.
So I want to go back to something you said, which is that there's this new record home price. So it's $435,300 is now the national median home price, and this is the highest it has ever been in history. Like, what's going on that is making these prices so high?
So basically, home builders, a bunch of them went belly up, or they were stuck with all these homes on their balance sheet. So then they really pulled back on home building the decade after the Great Recession. And then when COVID hits, you also have this generation of millennials who are hitting their prime home buying years. And so I think we talk a lot about the housing shortage, and that's kind of the undercurrent for all of this. Is just, depending on what stat you look at, it's in the millions of homes. But there's that undercurrent of the housing shortage. But there's also like this mismatch in the housing market right now, where because mortgage rates have risen so much, because home prices have risen so much too, people are really disincentivized from just moving in general. So you have these baby boomers who are stuck in homes that are too big for them, but they are like, so what am I going to do? Buy a smaller house and still, take on a bigger loan, or, pay all cash? And it's just, and then, millennials are stuck in homes that are too small for them, or they haven't been able to even get onto the home ownership ladder yet. And so I think that's another thing that's really driving up the prices, is just the, that inventory of homes that are right for a specific buyer at a moment. That it's risen since the peak of the pandemic, but it's still down a lot from where it was previously.